Hey everybody, Syntax77 here, and today we're going to read some viewer mail, respond to some YouTube comments, and find out what exactly is in this giant box. All on today's episode of
Mail, mountains of it. It'll be a red letter day when the postman blows mail call.
Alright, so let's get right down to it. Some mail, like I said, and we actually have more than just that giant box. I have 3 packages that were waiting for me at the P.O. box today. This one's really heavy. It's from Minnesota. Super heavy. This one is lighter. It's from South Carolina. I don't know what those are. I wasn't expecting them at all. This one, to be honest, I did know was coming. Should be a sleeping bag in here. From a gentleman that contacted me, said he has a family kind of run business and they make sleeping bags, and would I like to check one out for the upcoming spring season. So I'm guessing it's maybe like a 30-degree bag or something like that. We're going to find out when I open that. And then, where's my phone? We'll go through some YouTube comments, just get some conversation going, right? And then feel free to chime in that comment section below to keep the conversation going even more. It's all about the convo. So what do we got here? Let's just go through things randomly. I don't know. This is from, oh, this one says, actually, please don't put on video. It is a very nice letter, though. I'll respond to him personally. Probably when I send the sticker back, I'll just write a little note on the back of it. But that actually brings up a good point. A lot of people just want a sticker, or they just want to tell me something, you know, personally or whatever. They just don't want their stuff written online. That's fine. All you got to do is on the back of the envelope, just write no video or don't put in video, and I will make sure not to do that. Respect your privacy. And otherwise, I'll only use first names on here, no last names, stuff like that. But that brings up a good point. Oh, okay. I got a couple stickers in here. Always like when people send stickers as well. That's cool. This is looks like mobile tech, helping you do it yourself. So I got some cool stickers for my collection, and that is from Larry. Looks like, oh, okay, he restores old vintage campers. So that apparently is what mobile tech is. That's pretty cool. I'll look into that, because I remember on Mike and I's trip when we drove all the way out to Colorado, and we only had a few days to get there, do a backpacking trip, and then drive back. It was like the ultimate road trip. Anyway, you got a lot of time on a 30-hour drive one way and then back to find ways to pass the time, basically. And one of those things we did, especially out there, was look at cool old campers. We keep an eye out for them. So kind of developed an interest in them. So that'll be neat. Maybe I'll check your website out, Larry. That's, oh, he has a YouTube channel. YouTube/MobileTech. Or CannedHamTrailers.com. Look, little shout out for you. Thanks, Larry. We'll just keep going with the letters, see if any conversation comes up out of this. Scott, out in Michigan. If you ever come to Michigan, I might see you on the trail. Yeah, I got to get out to Michigan. It's definitely been suggested, especially by Uptrail out there, who has his own YouTube channel. Yeah, one of these days, I got to get out there. You know what? Next trip I do, because I want to do another one. I got the Pennsylvania winter trip video out. That's out now. It's an hour and 20-minute whopper of a video. And I'm working on editing my snow camping video in New Hampshire right now. I'm not quite done it, but it'll be out soon. After that, I want to do another trip. I can't guarantee it'll be Michigan, but I do want to make it a point to myself to go somewhere I've never been before. Not even just specifically, but I mean like the whole region. I want to go somewhere new. And one of these days, it's got to be Michigan. But thanks, buddy. I will get you a sticker. Maybe I'll go to YouTube comments real quick. Let's just do one of those, and then we'll open some of these boxes. So, recent comments. Let's see. I enjoyed your videos for years. Not feeling too well tonight and woke up to this video. Can't tell you how much it helped me feel better. Well, that's great. I do like to help people kind of vicariously get out there, whether they permanently can't go anymore or maybe just temporarily, which is the case of DC here, who made this comment. And that was on our Utah video. Okay, cool. So, you know, sometimes people go back in the catalog and find a video that kind of slipped past them. And yeah, the Utah video was really fun. Sarah and I went out there and we did Canyonlands, where you do have to reserve a spot. And I think it cost maybe $30 or something, National Park System. But once we got there, it was amazing. you get this spot to yourself if you manage to reserve it, which we did. There's plenty of spots. Really just kind of lucked out on this spot. We did read some descriptions and try for the best, and we ended up getting what we wanted, and it was cool. Watch the video if you want to see it. I won't ramble too much about it, but it was just amazing. It felt like we had this whole canyon to ourselves. Speaking of places that I want to go backpacking, I need to get out to the desert Southwest again. I love it out there. This is from Papa S, aka Marty. He's got a nice note here. It says he's been getting outside, and he even got a hammock. Due to watching the channel, he's trying the Go Outfitters hammock, and it's working great for him, even when he sleeps sideways, which I do myself. Some people only sleep on their back in the hammock, but I sleep all different ways. So that's great, man. I'm glad to hear that. And he says, P.S. come back to Colorado. Take the train to Dropus Point, Weminuche. I'm probably mispronouncing that. Wilderness. You, Sarah, and Denali will have a blast. Yeah, that would be great. It'd be a long drive for the pup and Sarah, because last time we, or this year we are actually, I should say, going to Colorado. It'll be my wife, myself, Mike, and Danielle, his wife, and we'll be flying out into Colorado. We're going to be out there for a week, and we'll have a place to stay, but we're also going to work in a backpacking trip as well, probably 3 days, 2 nights, so I'm looking forward to that. Of course, that's assuming that the 3 of us can, in the meantime, locate that 4th member of our party, my wife, who's, you know, somewhere in Mexico right now. Long story. But, yeah, that'll be fun. So we are coming back to Colorado. Not necessarily exactly the wilderness area that you pointed out there, Marty, but we're going to be back out there. It's going to be, we still got a few months to go. Actually, a good deal of months to go. Like 6 months from now or something like that, I forget. But Colorado, here we come. We are coming back. And last piece of mail, and then we'll open some boxes and read some more comments, maybe, depending on the timing. Thanks for all the great content you provide. I'm digging mail call. Good. I know some of you are enjoying it, and some of you think it's boring to watch somebody open mail. For me, though, it's almost, I view it kind of like almost like an impromptu backpacking podcast. I just read stuff, and it gives us stuff to talk about. Which, by the way, if you missed it, I did that Facebook Live on Katadyn's page. I kind of took it over. I ended up going 45 minutes. It's basically just kind of a live mail call. That was fun, and it kind of made me think maybe we should start doing that. Maybe they have a similar thing on YouTube. Maybe once a month we do a live mail call. Again, if Sarah comes back from Mexico, maybe I can get her on it too. Maybe not too often, maybe just once a month. I don't know. Let me know, guys and gals out there, what you think of doing maybe kind of like a live viewer interactive, because you can chime in on the live stream with questions and we can talk live and all that stuff. So that's a possibility. But good, Midson. I'm glad you are enjoying that, and I'll send you a sticker. Now let's get into some packages, and maybe that will give us some more topics for backpacking discussion. This one, let's open the light mystery package. Then I'll open this big guy, which I do know what it is, kind of, and then we'll open the heavy one. They taped this up a lot. I bet you there's a reason they did that. You like to watch me struggle. Nah, this is good strength training. Oh, what is this? What? Okay, it might not be backpacking gear discussion, or is it? What is this? There's the Charleston Chew in here. Chicka, 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 Slim Shady. Wow. All right, thank you. Little candy. Next time I go off keto, which I have been doing for the majority of my time, but on certain backpacking trips I go off. Maybe I'll take these and really indulge. So thank you. I don't even know who this is from yet. What's going on here? Let's see. This is from Jolly Hiker. Your excellence in YouTube hiker video creation, comma, and for having a hot woman... comma, you are hereby awarded a Jolly Hiker 2018 Kick-Ass Hiker Prize. See the enclosed bear and sun box for your mini trapper pocket knife. Is this a real thing, Jolly Hiker? Thanks, Jolly Hiker. I'll have to check out what that is. What's going on here? Also, to the counter the ill comments of Carol, please use the enclosed Karma Keeper's Black Magic Girl voodoo doll. It'll help you strike a blow against evil comments. Interesting. The Charleston Chews, it appears, were enclosed as an after-meal snack. They might go with coffee. I bet they would. Now, what is Bear and Sun Cutlery? Jolly Hiker, you're quite nice. You sent me a knife. Hey! I could probably use this to open the next package. Look at this. This is nice, like Not your like tactical, you know, knife, but a nice like old school fold out knife. 2 different types of blades, a drop point and a rounded point. This thing's sweet. Thank you, Jolly Hiker. You know, I usually carry with like a little clip. How about you guys out there? Do you still carry, you know, knives like this? Do you enjoy that? It doesn't have a clip, so I get afraid of losing stuff like this, especially when it's so pretty like this. But there is something just kind of classy and nice about having an actual pocket knife that's in your pocket, not clipped somewhere. Might take an extra second to get out, but it just feels good in the hand. Thank you. That's really cool. And then the voodoo doll to ward off the spirits of Carol. I know this isn't necessarily backpacking talk, people, but if you don't know the Carol story, you need to go back on the previous mail calls. This is a legit voodoo doll. All right, thank you. I'm going to put that to use, Jolly Hiker. Thank you very much. That's really cool of you. I don't know, Google Jolly Hiker. Perhaps it is a real thing. I don't see any other way to give you a plug, but thanks, buddy. All right. Let's open up the big thing and start talking about sleeping bags here. Yeah, that's right, this big old guy. You can't even see me. So, what do we got here? A bunch of bubble wrap. And this is from, remember I said it was a family-run business. His name is Gary. And he sent me 2 sleeping bags, apparently. So what do we got going on here? They are mummy bags. Now, the reason that I knew this was coming is because he reached me in advance and said, would you be interested in checking these out? And I saw the link. He gave me a description of his product and whatnot. These are really affordable sleeping bags, which when I started this channel, I was very much reluctant to spend money on gear, especially because I didn't know what I wanted yet. I think that's a pretty typical thing for backpacking, right? Over the years, I have invested, because it's been like 6 years of backpacking for me. Going on 7 maybe? Wow. Anyway, I've invested in some more pricey gear, but I know that's not for everybody, especially if you're first getting started. So I said this would be great to go back to my roots, if you will, and share with you guys a sleeping bag system, because I believe this is under 40 bucks. And what's the rating on this? This one is a ultralight and compressible. There's 2 of them. I'm going to have to look into it more, not to waste too much time right now. And obviously I'll do a full review on these, and I want to get out maybe on my next backpacking trip, depending on the temps. I might go somewhere to the south and have less harsh temps than, you know, -10 like my last trip. So I'll check this out and share it with you guys, because when I first started backpacking, like I said, yeah, it'd be nice to have the lightest possible gear or the fanciest gear, but you also want something with a good combination of price and value and function. And so I wanted to check these out. Let's see here. I'll pull it out. And the brand name is Animato. I'll put a link in the video description. Again, I haven't used them yet, obviously, so I can't tell you my experience with it. I like that olive drab color, though. Pretty slick looking so far. Obviously, it's a synthetic fill. You're not going to get down for under 40 bucks. If you do, please let me know how. But it doesn't feel incredibly bulky or weighty. Again, I have to find out what the temp rating is on it. But Animato sleeping bag feels pretty good at first glance here. And it is a mummy. Does anybody not use mummy sleeping bag styles out there anymore? Remember the old school rectangular ones? Is there anybody backpacking that actually brings one of those? I guess they feel roomier inside, but I've never really used one of those. I always stick with the mummy shape. So this is looking pretty cool. And then the other one, oh, he sent me a left zip and a right zip. So I got to look further into this, because with a left and right zip, you can zip the 2 together if you're out there with a significant other. And you're tent camping, of course. You put your sleeping bags together, or if you have a big air mattress, depending on your style, you can zip both sleeping bags together. If you've never thought of that before, that is a possibility, or perhaps I'm sure some of you out there have already done it. And you can share those experiences with me, but that's pretty cool. So, okay, this looks similar. I'll have to flash on the screen what the temp rating is on these, but they don't feel... I'll have to flash on the screen what the temp rating is on these guys, but they feel pretty nice. And yeah, so look forward to that. And then there's a strap on the back here, I'm just noticing. I'm guessing that that is so you can, if you want, strap it around your sleeping pad, because sometimes people tend to move more in their sleep than others, and they shift off their pad. It's happened to me before in tent camping, which I do Still do occasionally, especially if I'm in a group in an area with no trees, right? And, you know, sometimes you wake up and you're wondering why your foot's cold or your butt's cold, and then you realize you slipped off your sleeping pad. Especially in the less severe cold months where you're not on a really thick or multiple pads and you're up really high, it's easy to kind of slip off onto the actual tent floor without realizing it. So I'll experiment with that too, attaching the sleeping pad actually to that and seeing how that lets me sleep through the night. So we got some testing to do with this. Just got to come up with a trip to go on. See, always good to have some gear to inspire you to take another trip. So thank you, Gary and Animato Gear, for sending that out. I do appreciate it. We're going to check that out. Anybody else, if you've had experience with this brand, feel free to chime in with that as well. Any tips I should know? Basically, I'm just going to take it out and give it a try. So, should I open this heavy guy or maybe read one more comment? And yeah, let's read one more comment off of actual YouTube comments. See if we have a cool topic in here somewhere. Oh yeah, so the Pennsylvania video that I just put up, winter hammock camping on the Appalachian Trail up in Port Clinton, Pennsylvania, I asked in that video for some advice on getting a new camp saw because, whoa, where is it? Not to be too much of a spoiler alert, but this Coleman finally broke. Now granted, it's like 10 bucks at Walmart and it lasted like 6 years, so it got a good run. But the plastic finally failed right here, which means the blade fell out. So I've been getting a lot of good results. The winner seems to be, I haven't counted all the votes up, although I have a poll. I need to go back and look at it. Anyway, Silky seems to be super duper popular. Everybody, not everybody, but a lot of people seem to recommend that. It is a little bit pricier, but I'm gathering that you get what you paid for on that one. And then in terms of maybe spending a little less, I'm getting some other good results as well. So I appreciate all the feedback on that. I think I may have to try a Silky out, but then again, I don't know, I gotta go through the comments. There's a lot of good stuff that people sent. So thank you. I'm gonna replace this Coleman finally. There's an update on the saw. And that's really, as it gets warmer, I'll probably won't be taking as hardcore of a saw. I don't know about you guys and gals out there, but typically it's just in the winter I bring this because it's a little more critical or important morale-wise to have a fire. So that's why I like to do that. So I'll replace that. Plus, that's actually Mike's, so I owe him a saw. Here's a good topic that comes up sometimes about my BeFree filter and my, where's it at? Upgraded water bag. This is made by the same people that make the stock bag that comes with the BeFree, but it's larger. It's a 2 liter. There's also a 3 liter version, and I believe a 1 liter. Anyway, I like this, but I've had people mention, I think I had at least one comment. I don't know if there was 2, but someone said a while back, did I notice any like off taste when using this bag? And they said that they did with their water. And I said, no, I actually haven't had any issues. I've used this on trips as well as in testing and never had any taste issues, like tasting like plastic or synthetic. Doesn't smell anything either. So I said no on that comment, but you know, sorry, that sucks. Someone else did chime in and say recently regarding that, I have the BeFree filter, paired it with a 3 liter HydraPak seeker, similar to yours. Filtering water at time of collection is great, but I've noticed that storing the water 4 hours or so and then filtering seems to lead to a plastic aftertaste. Wondering if this is just an isolated issue. The filter works just fine. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm going to have to try that. I'm going to let some water sit in here for 4+ hours like you did and see. I want to say right now, though, maybe not an isolated issue because that's 2 people at least that did tell me of a taste issue, but maybe it's just with long-term storage in here, which can happen. If you just pick up, one of the advantages of this kind of system is you just pick up at a stream, don't bother filtering right then, you keep hiking maybe for another half a day or something, or you let it sit at camp while you set up. Next thing you know, it's been a few hours, it's been sitting in there. So I'll have to find out. The few times that I use this bag, because a lot of times I just bring the small bag, it's good enough, the one that comes with it. Good enough for me on a solo hike. But when I did do this, I was camping relatively close, a short walk to water, so I would bring this right back to camp and then gravity filter it or squeeze it right into my clean water reservoir. So that'll require some experimentation. This person said on the Appalachian Trail PA video that I've been referencing a few times, have you ever tried a catch-all sleeve for your hammock and quilts? Much easier to deal with. Assuming he's referring to easier to deal with than the hammock sock that I use, which is an additional layer of insulation. If you haven't seen that video, I pull it around me. I got a new one with the zipper from Dutchware. I love it. Works really well. So the catch-all sleeve, I'm not familiar with that. Does anybody know what that is? I can Google it after this. But I'm assuming it's something to help protect you a little more or seal some more warmth in your hammock system. Hammock catch all sleeve. DD hammock sleeve. I don't know if this is what he's talking about, but no, I feel like that's just almost like a snakeskin, so that can't be it. I don't know. If anybody knows what the catch-all sleeve is, I'm interested. I'm listening, but I don't know. But that being said, I love my hammock sock for deeper winter trips. I love that system, especially now that I got the zipper on it. Okay, so let's open this heavy guy. Let's see if it's some good conversation. Let's use my new knife, actually, for my Jolly Hiker award that I was awarded. And I will carefully open this. I don't know what's in it, so woo, that's nice and sharp. Nothing like a new knife. I know somebody probably paid an arm and a leg for shipping on this. But what is it? I was going to say, is it a company? Is it gear? Is it from a viewer? Looks like it's from a viewer. I'm already seeing, I never even knew that there was Spam with cheese. Apparently there is. Oh my god, this whole thing's filled with Spam. Individual slices, which by the way are awesome for backpacking, if you know, especially when you're by yourself. I know Mike and I can knock out a tin of this pretty easily, but all right, before I get ahead of myself and wanting to eat Spam, what is this? Who's it from? It's from Becca. Hello from Spamtown, USA. That's Austin, Minnesota, for those of you not in the know. I'm assuming it is manufactured there. Packed by Hormel Foods Corporation, Austin, Minnesota, gluten-free. There you go. All right. Hope the goodies find you well. Came across your channel recently and have enjoyed every one of them. Oh, thanks, Rebecca. I'm interested in seeing what YouTubers out there have for tips on hiking, hammock camping with their dogs. Ah, yes, that's how I stumbled on your channel. Yeah, I know not everybody out there has a dog that they hike with, but if you do have a dog and you want to see some videos of hiking, I do have a separate playlist for that. She got a new dog, Golden Doodle. Oh, a Golden Doodle is the type. Sorry. And name Rizzo. She's almost 9 months old now. That's awesome. I love dogs on the trail. That's me speaking. I love dogs on the trail. But I bet you do too, Rebecca. Or Becca. I've taken her camping a few times now and she does great. Keep her in a small tent. Yeah, underneath your hammock. Oh, that's neat. Yeah, anybody out there with dogs, I've showed a couple different solutions in the videos, but I'm always open if anybody has other suggestions or tips for taking a dog with you hammock camping, because obviously they can't crawl in a tent with you, so it requires kind of some different ways of approaching things. And this is pretty cool. She uses a small tent. I know there's pet specific tents out there, but a lot of times I think people just use children's tents as well. I think Mike may have even done that. My friend Mike, aka Trail Slipper, aka Trail Killer. So that's a good solution. She does great since she's used to being kenneled at home. That makes sense. They probably, a lot of dogs actually feel more secure in a situation like that, if they're raised that way. I'm excited for the snow melt and hiking camping season to commence. That is awesome. Now, onto the Spam. I've seen you pack Spam a few times in your trips and thought I would stock you up. That's really appreciated. Thank you, Becca. Maybe you haven't tried these varieties before. Nope, I haven't. But I guess when you live in the Spam capital, like for instance, my dad lives near, or relatively close compared to the rest of the country, near Dogfish Head. So he's always got the fancy new Dogfish brews before I've ever even heard of it or seen it. And in the case of somebody who lives in Austin, I guess you get a one-up on all the cool Spam choices. Or maybe I'm just not in the know, but I've never seen this before. Yes, I know. You're watching a person ramble about Spam. It's part of backpacking to me. I figured since queso is a staple, this might fit. Yep, that makes sense. Keep on making videos. You know what, Becca? I will do that. And I really appreciate this. Is very kind of you. So thank you. Thank you to everybody out there that sends the kind words and stuff. Of course, you can always just send an envelope with your own self-addressed stamped envelope. No need for correspondence. I will send you a free sticker back in the mail, which I got to get to doing right now. But it's always fun when people send some extra stuff. What else is in here? Wait a minute. Oh, hey. I'm going to wear this too. Oh, my wife is going to love this. Should I be like all the kids and leave the brim, flat, right? Is that the thing to do? Check my new Spam hat out, people. And a Spam shirt. Oh, look. Subdued, yet classy. Man, I'm feeling it. And a magnet that says Spam. All right, you know what? I'm feeling the love today, people. Thank you very much. Everybody out there. Becca, Jolly Hiker, all the correspondence. Love it. Thank you, Gary, for the sleeping bags. I'm going to check those out. I think that pretty much covers it. I've run my mouth quite enough, right? Yeah? Not missing anything? Don't think so. So, there you have it. Another episode of Mail Call. Thank you to everyone out there for continuing to watch and support this channel, for using the Amazon links to do their shopping. That does not go unnoticed. Thank you, everybody. I'm just saying thank you way too much, but I do appreciate all of you viewers out there. All right, this time I'm actually going to wrap it up. So, till next time, I'm Syntax77, and you have fun out there.